Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Here we have an article that you can always use to defend this worldview, which is the reality of the club. The club, which is a plantation owned by the master, which is the United States of America, which has, the weasels around. Now the weasels came by themselves, some of them were lured with candies. Some of them were just grabbed in. The problem is not that they are in there. The problem is they cannot leave anymore. Once they're in, they will not be left gone to go anywhere. So I have this article from ABC News. You can find, this is provided by ABC, but it's from Associated Press. And this is the Eagles song, you can check out anytime you want, but you can't never leave, or you can never leave. So that's the whole thing here. So you can come in, or we can get you in. You can say, I'm leaving, but you will never be able to leave. This is the example right here. This is an article, as I said, from the ABC News and from Associated Press. U.S. bombers fly over Bosnia in sign of support amid continued secessionist threats. So wait a second. So Bosnia is an independent country, sovereign country, right? Why aren't Russian bombers flying over? Why is it the US bombers flying over? What did I say, my friends? I said you can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave. Yeah, you can say, I'm leaving, but you can't leave. We're not going to let you over. Is this intimidation? What is this? In support of what? Support of what? The people? Well, we want to, the threats of secession comes from the people. So some people want to leave. And the other guy says, no, you can't. And we, the bombers, will show support for the ones that don't allow you to leave. It's like in a marriage. Remember, Bosnia and Herzegovina, they got some Serbs over there and all that. Now, if they say, you know what, our marriage doesn't work, I'm going to leave. And then you have, the neighbor showing up with a shotgun. Let me show support to the ones that don't want to let you divorce. Is that how it works? First, neighbor, get out of here, okay? As long as we are supposed to be independent and free and sovereign countries, which we're not. All right. Secondly, if I want to leave, what's wrong with that? I don't want to be with you anymore. Oh, I have to? So now who's the bad person here? You want to keep me here against my free will? Yes, and the lovers of freedom and democracy, the United States of America, show up with their bombers to support these guys who don't let me do what I want to do. So who's the bad guy here? Now that's the way this plantation is ran. So run as fast as you can to the other side, which so far is not even it's in conception right now. But at least you know how these guys are operating. So when you see Romania, Czech Republic, Slovakia, all this unity, that's the way it's ran. Now you say, well, wait a second, we had Great Britain, leaving the European Union and so on. It left the European Union because they are the house servant in all this plantation. The rest are sugarcane slaves. That's why they are. Romania, Bulgaria, Hungary, Germany, France, all these guys are over there in a plantation. Only the Brits are preparing the food for the master, washes clothes, washes sheets and all that, cleans the rooms and keeps it nicely. But they're still slaves, but they are a little bit higher than the ones over there. I mean, you can read about this kind of situation in many books, and you're going to find out Great Britain, sometimes, we have France. France wants to become a house servant. It thinks that it belongs there. Not as a master. None of these countries have a master mentality, like Nietzsche's. Master morality versus slave morality. You can find it in his philosophy. None of these guys have it. United States has it. Not even Great Britain, because Great Britain does not dare to leave the master. Because if it leaves, the master is going to be fucked up or has to do it on its own. Like this is protected by those guys. who's gonna punch and kick everybody in the face and teeth, not teeth, teeth, if they dare to have any objections. So yes, friends, sometime wants to, they remember Napoleon sometime. They're like, oh, when we were great, where's the emperor? Vive la France, les enfants de la patrie. And then, oh, okay, United States is coming. Shh, everybody. Nobody moves. That's, sometimes they have this kind of, like, I don't know if you ever had a fish and you cut the head of the fish and the fish is still, or not a fish, anyway, and still jerks around. That's like France sometimes when you say, Napoleon, and then nothing. And then Napoleon. And then, that's what France is. So France sometimes wants to join because they think they're important. They always thought, and they were wants to be servants, house servants, not masters. So house servants together with Great Britain, because it was always Great Britain or England and France, okay, in Europe mostly. And then you have these guys, so they want to join in. So sometimes France goes to the mailbox, gets the mail, brings it in the house, and before it enters, guess who's stands in the door? Great Britain. Give me the fucking mail. You're not coming in. Gets the mail. Get the fuck out. Back in the plantation. France. And then again, Napoleon. Continues doing that. Sorry, my friends, but that's what it is. No balls. No balls. You're still under the guy's shoe or whatever he's got over there, balls, or anyway, you know what I mean. So yeah, they try to come in, but Great Britain always waits for them at the door and give me the mail, ping, go back, clunk. I know I have a lot of people who love me for these kind of jokes, but anyway, at least I put myself in a good mood. All right, so let's see what else these guys are doing. Are they gonna drop bombs? A pair of U.S. Air Force B-1B Lancer bombers has flown low over Sarajevo, that's intimidation, and several other Bosnian cities as a sign of support. That's intimidation. What are you talking about? Amid continued secessionist threats by the staunchly pro-Russian Bosnian Serb leader Milorad Dodik. Now, do you think that this will scare the Serbs? I mean, this would work with Romanians. Go, honey, let's hide. With Serbs, we want to be like, what? Moreover, we're going to do it. That's a reason to do it, an extra reason. Why? Because that shows us that we are a vassal state, and we don't want to be a vassal state. You want to be? Go over there, Bosnian. Go over there, Bosniaks. Be vassals. We don't want to be. And that's a problem. Independence is not really, it's just a word. Free, freedom of speech, free, liberty. When it's about being, free, we got the boss coming over and showing support. That means just dare. That's what it is. Just dare to move. That's what it is. It's not like so support. It's threatening the other side. With what? With bombs. We're gonna be what? 1999 Yugoslavia again? They will not stop from doing that. They will not give it a second of second thought. Nothing. All right, this is the free world, man, we live in. So Bosnia-Herzegovina, a pair of US blah 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 bombers flew low over Sarajevo and several other Bosnian cities on Tuesday as a sign of support amid continued secessionist threats by the So these guys are the threatening ones, Dodik and the Serbs, not the bombers. They are just supporting. They're supporting. The other guys are threatening. See how it works? Who wrote this mofo? The Associated Press. I want to know your name. Maybe Lindsey Graham was the one. In addition, the aircraft also participated in a joint military event in the northeastern town of Tuzla with Bosnia's multi-ethnic army, diversity is our strength, and U.S. Army Special Forces. So yes, they did it. I didn't even read this one, but I can see the joint military event. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, just there, Milorad. I'm surprised this guy's still alive. Anyway, to be honest, and I have no reason to lie here, the flights were a demonstration of a rock-solid commitment to the sovereignty and territorial integrity of Bosnia, said the U.S. ambassador to Balkan country, Michael Murphy. Eddie Murphy or Michael Murphy? The same, still clown here, I hear. Comedian. So anyway, so sovereignty and territorial integrity. But what are you going to do with the Serbs if they want to leave? You can't just send them out. Why don't you do the same thing you did with the Albanians in Kosovo? Why not? Why not? You're not going to do ethnic cleansing, are you going to do that? USA? No. Definitely not. All right, let's move on. Eddie Murphy, added that the United States remain steadfast and committed to the relationship with the Bosnian armed forces in the face of political stability within Bosnia, an acute threat from malign actors outside the country. Dodic, who is the president of Bosnia's Serb-run part. So they have an autonomy something over there, doesn't? Republika Srpska has repeatedly advocated for the breakup of the country and voiced his admiration for the bad guy, Putin. Earlier this month, he traveled to Moscow to meet with Putin and reiterated his support for Moscow's invasion of Ukraine. Freedom of speech? How about that? Hey, USA, freedom of speech? Oh, only the speech you like. He reacted angrily to the flight over Bosnia by US bomber, accusing Washington of disrespecting the country's territorial integrity and threatening it as a guinea pig that they can suffocate and cut off its air supply for as long as they want. I think that's a good analogy. Well, I'm not going to go further than that. This is the way you are supposed to behave. My way or not the highway. My way or the bombarding way, it seems like. And this is, what example is that setting? Let's say you're a Serb in Bosnia or Bosnia-Herzegovina. You're a Serb over there and you see this happening, and let's say you're about 13, 14, 15 and you see this. How are you supposed to say? I mean, you're in a country that actually is not yours because those guys are supporting those guys against you, so obviously they don't like you. What example is this? Why would you stay in this marriage? If it's a marriage. If it's not a marriage, it's a forced You know what I mean? Yes. So, and they are supporting this kind of relationship. And you have Dudic, who, if he would not have the support of his people, he would be out. No. Be consistent, my friends. Let's be consistent about it. So yes, keep them together with the bombers and threats and all that. And they are showing support against the threat. They're not threatening against the free will. No. It's not, a free will wants to go out, we decide to leave, we're gonna not threaten you, we're gonna support the other ones to keep you in. Now you tell me, my friends. But hey, this is the free media. So when they banned all the evil guys from Russia and everybody else, and you can't really get them, think about this kind of news that's been over and over again. And remember, there are people out there, lots of them, who don't see it at all like that. At all. They see, no, we have to protect what exactly? Those guys staying over there? Because why? The only argument these guys are giving, and the argument is not logical or really truthful, or honest, is because we are the good. All good. And they are all bad. But then where's the freedom of choice? I mean, if I want to, engage in self-flagellation, who's in charge of me? I'm an adult. No, I can't do that? Oh, you tell me that means you're in charge of me. Then how in the hell I'm free? I just gave you an example, okay? I have no intention of doing and harming myself. I'm harming myself by doing these videos. But who cares, man? We have only one life, at least I think. And we are building our own destiny. Good or bad. I mean, I lived long enough. So you know what I mean? Take me. Give me liberty or give me death. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth and be just.